You ever wonder why Catholics walk around with ashes on their foreheads one day a year? Or why we suddenly stop eating meat on Fridays? Or maybe you've heard people talk about giving up chocolate for Lent, but you're thinking, is that really what Lent is all about? Well, not exactly. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Lent is one of the most important seasons in the Catholic Church, but a lot of us don't fully understand why we do what we do during these 40 days. So today, let's break it down. What is Lent? Why do we observe it? And what exactly are we supposed to do? First, let's start with Scripture. Because Lent isn't just some tradition the Church made up, it's rooted in the Bible. Matthew chapter 4, verses 1 to 4. Then Jesus was led up by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. He fasted 40 days and 40 nights, and afterwards he was famished. The tempter came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command these stones to become loaves of bread." But he answered, "It is written, one does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." This is the foundation of Lent. Jesus himself fasted for 40 days before beginning his public ministry. And as Catholics, we imitate him during the season. It's a time of preparation, just like Jesus was preparing for his mission. And ultimately, we're preparing for the biggest celebration in our faith, Easter, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Welcome back to the channel where we dive into the Bible through the lens of Catholic teaching. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos on our beautiful faith. All right, so let's get practical. What are we supposed to do during Lent? Well, the Church gives us three main things to focus on: prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Let's start with prayer. Lent is an opportunity to deepen our relationship with God. If your prayer life has been, well, a little dry, this is the time to change that. Maybe start praying the rosary daily, or spend some quiet time in Eucharistic adoration. Even just reading a few verses from the Bible each day can make a difference. The point is, don't let Lent just be about giving something up. Use it to grow closer to God. Next, we have fasting. Now, fasting isn't just about skipping meals. It's about discipline. It's about detaching ourselves from things that have too much of a hold on us. The Church asks Catholics to fast on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday, meaning we eat only one full meal and two smaller ones that don't equal a full meal. We also abstain from meat on all Fridays of Lent. But beyond that, we're encouraged to give up something that we personally struggle with. Maybe it's social media, junk food, or Netflix. Whatever it is, the idea is to deny ourselves something good so we can focus on something greater. And finally, almsgiving. This one gets overlooked a lot, but it's just as important as prayer and fasting. Almsgiving means giving to those in need, not just money, but also your time and effort. Maybe you can donate to a Catholic charity, volunteer at a soup kitchen, or simply help someone in your community who's struggling. Lent is about becoming more like Christ, and what better way to do that than by loving and serving others? So, to sum it up, Lent is a time to pray more, fast with purpose, and give generously. It's not just about what we give up, but about what we gain: a deeper connection with God, greater self-discipline, and a heart that's more open to love and sacrifice. If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't worry. Lent isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Start small. Pick one thing to work on and stick with it. God sees the effort, and that's what matters. Now, before we wrap up, here's a challenge for you. What's one thing you can do differently this Lent? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might need a little Lenten motivation. Let's make this Lent count. See you in the next video. God bless.